Hi, hello. Hope you people are doing well. So, welcome to my class. We people are discussing about supervised classification. Then different methods, different algorithms in supervised classification. That minimum distance, then Gaussian, then parallel peak classification. Then we people discussed about a spectral signature or a training sample. Fine. So it is a detailed video about spectral response pattern. Fine. How the see the spectral response pattern means it is simply the how the land or the water, whatever it is, the earth is responding to the sensor, fine, that satellite image sensor, fine. So let us go through the session. And remember, digital image processing, we are just mining different kinds of we are just extracting different kinds of information what we need, what are the useful things about the earth surface, that different things. It's about vegetation, it's about urban area, it's about water bodies, it's about ocean, it's about coast, sea coast, right? It's about movement, and the latest study is saying that the we can classify the urban area based on the light at the night, fine, the street light, based on the images recognizing the night street light, right, at the time of night, right. So that kinds of things, right. So that is simply, so that words I am again repeating: the spatial process, spatial pattern, and spatial behavior, right. We are extracting different kinds of information from the satellite image and whatever it is, right. So that is that different people, that planners, cartographers, geographers, so different people are using for this data for a better decision making. So simply map is a decision making tool, right. So we are preparing different kinds of thematic map. So today's topic, that is spectral response patterns. Fine, very familiar word, no? Pattern, process and pattern. Spectral response pattern, a single sentence, fine. I just for a designing purpose, I just kept three words together. Fine. Spectral response pattern. So you people are doing well. Hope you people are enjoying my classes. Definitely, you can ask your doubts. Few people are nearly 7 or 8 people. They are regularly attending the assessment, and some people are not at responding the assessment. Don't know what you people are. I don't know how to do that. I'm just checking regularly. Nearly half of the people in the MSc class is not responding. Hope you people will attend the assessment and what cooperate with my classes. Fine. Some people already said some issues. Have some said I have some this kinds of issues. Okay, some people not at said anything and not at responded anything, and let us see what will happen. Fine. So let us move to the class. So what do you mean by spectral response pattern? The Earth's land surface reflects about 3% of all incoming solar radiation back to space. Incoming solar radiation, outgoing solar radiation, that incoming insulation, and ice, that term, fine. Incoming solar radiation and outgoing solar radiation. So the Earth's land surface reflects about 3% of all incoming solar radiation back to space. The rest is either reflected by atmosphere or absorbed or re-radiated as infrared energy. The various objects that make up the surface absorb the reflect different amounts of energy at different wavelengths. The magnitude of energy that an object reflects or emit across a range of wavelength is called spectral response pattern. So it is simply the definition is a particular object that what they are emitting, that emitting that kind of energy, that is known as spectral response pattern. Whatever it's about, maybe it is vegetation, maybe it is water bodies, maybe it is built up land, Maybe it is that different polylinear features. See, in map, we people are using the term point, polyline, and polygon. So different things, fine. Built up land, so that including built up land, that flats and all the things, factories, fine. Then transportation network. So what that this kind of object, what kind of object, what they are reflecting, that is known as spectral response pattern, right? So that I will show you certain things, right? Actually, this class is, you consider this class is a prerequisite for that three different explanation, right? That what we can see that that is connected with that supervisor classification and three types of refining, fine. We are just refining the spectral signature. We are assessing the quality of spectral signature. So this class is connected with that one, right? So we people are already discussed clearly about supervised classification and different algorithms. So it is about spectral response pattern. So the graph below, see the graph, definitely the graph will come. The graph below illustrates the spectral response pattern of water, brownish gray soil, and grass between about 3 and 6 micrometers. That symbol, you know, micrometers. The graph shows that grass, for instance, reflects relatively little energy in the visible band, although the spike in the middle of the visible band explains why grass looks green. Like most vegetation, the chlorophyll is in grass absorbs visible energy, particularly in the blue and red wavelengths for use of during photosynthesis. So at the, see, the thing is how the different things that three things here we are mentioning about three things, that is brownish gray soil, fine, then grass, and one more thing, water, fine. How these three things, that water, soil, and grass, is reflecting, fine. That the spectral response pattern of that soil, grass, and water. So let us continue with the things. See, these are the pattern, fine. You can see the pattern, how the water reflecting, how the grass is reflecting, how the soil is reflecting, fine. You can prepare this kinds of graph, that is known as spectral curve. How the band means different color, fine. Spectral band, I think you people are already learned about the different spectral bands, not from my class, that previous teacher. See, it's a spectral band, that is the initial lesson, fine. So you know about the that solar spectrum. You people are well known about. I hope you people are aware about the spectrum and spectral band, and that's why I was that class. In that class, I mentioned about spectral resolution. Fine, that is not connected with my class, that previous class, that spectral resolution, spatial resolution, etc. So this is the pattern, fine. How the that spectral response pattern of grass, water, and soil, fine. Then let us go through the explanation. About half of the incoming near infrared radiation is reflected, however, which is characteristics of hereby hydrated vegetation. Brownish gray soil reflects more energy at longer wavelengths than grass. Water absorbs most incoming radiations across the entire range of wavelengths. Knowing their typical spectral response characteristics, it is possible to identify forest, crops, soil, and geological formation in remotely sensed imagery and to evaluate their conditions, right? So it is simply how the images are working, how the images are recorded based on the spectral response pattern. The next graph, see, the next graph will come. You wait, next graph will come. The next graph demonstrates one of the advantage of being able to see beyond the visible spectrum. The two lines represent the spectral response pattern of conifer and deciduous trees. Different types of, you know, that coniferous forest and deciduous trees. Notice that the reflectance within the visual band are nearly identical. At longer, near and mid-infrared wavelengths, however, the two types are much easier to differentiate. Right? As you will see later, and land use and land cover mapping were previously accomplished by visual inspection of photographic imagery, multispectral data, and digital image processing make it possible to particularly automate land cover mapping, which in turn makes it cost effective to identify some land use and land cover categories automatically, all of which make it possible to map larger land areas more frequently. So these are the pattern that represent the that spectral pattern, spectral response pattern of coniferous and deciduous forest. Right? Then that spectral response patterns are sometimes called spectral signature. That already explains. This term is misleading. Misleading, however, because the reflectance of an entity varies within its condition, the times of year, the times of year, and even the time of day. Instead of thin lines, the spectral response of water, soil, grass, and trees might better to be depicted as wide swaths to account for these variations. Right? Thank you. So this is the spectral class about spectral response pattern. Right? A small video. Actually, it is a prerequisite for next class. Right? You have to watch this and learn some concept about the spectral response pattern. And the next class, that is about it is that bit more explaining about the different spectral response pattern in graphical, in quantity, and the basic that classification, right? Base classification. So it's a prerequisite, and I request your 100% cooperation. Kindly attend the assessment, properly attend the what that sessions, the live sessions, and you should ask your doubts. Right? You should ask your doubts, and I will try to clear your doubts with the help of reference. And if I know, immediately I will clear. So remember, the people are learning the pattern, spatial process, and spatial behavior. Thank you. Thanks for watching. Thanks a lot.